Hello everyone, this is Cast of Mad Alchemy Comics, and I'm here to bring you another Mad Alchemy What If, where I take the characters from the Mad Alchemy universe and I see how they hold up in other universes across other mediums. So in our previous video, we followed the Johnson family as they took on a haunted doll in Annabelle. In this video, we're going to be doing the same and taking on another scary doll, but this time it's with a voodoo twist. So let's get started. Today's villain is Chucky, or Charles Lee Ray, as what he's known in his human state. He was adept in petty crimes and murder. Soon he was tracked down and gunned down by police officers on Christmas or in the Christmas time season. Before he passes, he transfers his consciousness into a child's doll, and where he gets taken in by a single mother and her son. There he tries to steal the son's body before he inevitably gets stuck in the body of the doll. Failing in this process numerous times, he soon accepts his fate and kind of reserves himself into the doll, only continuing what he does and going on his mass killing sprees and utilizing his magic. So here is where we would bring in the Johnson family, or the Johnson couple. Now they hear a story of a child inside his home being terrorized by a doll, utilizing many tactics and scare tactics. Finding out that there are other people dropping in the neighborhood through other killings and such, they find themselves tying it all together and going to check out the boy. Here they run into the doll and, the boy also kind of being reserved in himself because, Chucky is kind of the dominant personality in the situation. So he's going to feel like he can't tell them right away. But inevitably, Chucky shows himself, and now the hijinks begin. Now, one of the things I'll probably try to do is either exorcise Chucky or reserve him to his fate and try to seal him away. Now, this will be kind of a process that will hit home for the First Lady, or Kendall Johnson, because she is also a voodoo practitioner, mostly known for cleansing and luck and keeping people's spirits up. She's going to take a big offense to Chucky, and she's going to want to know a lot of things. So the first thing they're going to do is they're going to figure out what deity or what voodoo god that he is praying to that gets him disabilities. You do find this out inevitably in later episodes or in the Chucky series if you watch that on Sci-Fi. So trying to figure out that, they try to appease to it or see how they can reverse it. But because, he serves that one, he's kind of doing the very things. So the only thing that they can do is really either kill him or exorcise him once again or get him out the way. But at this point in the game, Chucky has an accomplice in his significant other, Tiffany. This makes things hard because not only do they have to exorcise one homicidal doll, they have to exorcise two. Now, the big benefit with Tiffany is she's not really a voodoo practitioner in her own right. She's knowledgeable, but she's not, the best or adept in it as Chucky is. But she's dangerous because she is also a killer in her own right. So the best thing they're going to try to do is keep her separated from Chucky, keep her at bay. The best way they can do that is utilize the preacher's hounds. They do have another conjugation member that can help them as well, but they do want to keep it more in-house at the moment, especially since the story has continued. So they're going to keep Tiffany at bay, try to use her voodoo magic to exorcise Charles. I think that's going to be the biggest way they're going to try to deal with it, an exorcism. So now the First Lady and Chucky are going at it using their respectabilities to try to, take each other out. Charles, more adept in killing and physical, is going to go more on the offensive. The First Lady, more in depth in voodoo and being able to take him out, is going to use more of her skills. She is trained in combat, but because it's more or less being physical and keeping her body more adept. So although Chucky is a grown man in a doll's body and has the ability of a grown man, the First Lady is a trained combatant in that her body is stronger and more capable and full of nutrients. So when I say stronger, I mean more that, she takes care of herself and is more flexible and, nimble and all that. And because Charles, although is a grown man, he's still in a doll's body. So she would be able to physically apprehend him. So as they're keeping her at bay, First Lady will get the upper hand on Chucky by utilizing her spirit and to hold him down and inevitably subdue him and bring her and Tiffany together. And I think how they would beat them is inevitably to exorcise them. Now, they do have more people to help them now, if you know about their daughter and shit-face and things like that. But I think we're just going to keep the story contained from, the original series up until, Bride of Chucky. So, in that case, they're exorcised and they save the kid from getting his body taken, and they save Jennifer Tilly from Tiffany and all that. And that ends how they would probably beat or take on Chucky and Tiffany. So how I would grade how the Johnsons would take on the Chucky family is I would give them a solid, I would say 8 out of 10. Although Chucky and Tiffany are master killers and they are very fluid in what they do and they know voodoo and there's more of them to deal with, the Johnsons are a couple as well. They also have their dogs, the preacher's dogs, that will be able to see who they are, know who they are, and they won't be able to really fool them because they can sense spiritual energy resonating from stuff. And that's pivotal too. They can't really hide from them because they can see spiritual energy and pressure coming off and resonating from certain villains. Now, from the magic standpoint, although Chucky does know voodoo, I haven't seen him really know much magic, so he's going to be retained to the one trick, trying to change from body to body or splitting his soul up into different parts of other dolls. So taking those out, exercising them will be key, and because the First Lady is more adept, she will be able to do that more clearly. And as mentioned before, they do have congregation members that can help them do that more quicker. And also with the dogs, they can shepherd all the Chucky dolls together if need be. So that's how the Johnsons would handle the Chucky family. If you like what you see here and that sounds like a way they could do it, or if you have a character that could handle it a little better, let us know. So once again, happy Halloween, and I'll see you in the next video. Comment down below, like, share, all that stuff, and support Mad Alchemy Comics. Thank you.